Alright, something a little different today. I'm going to take the 500 for a spin. It's got mostly a full tank of fuel. So we'll head out, go somewhere and do something. It's been a while since I've been on the 500, so that should be fun. Boy, it's been a while since I've been on this bike and it feels really weird. I just got off the T7, so getting back on this thing definitely feels foreign to me. But we'll get back into it. It's a dirt bike. I can ride it. Yeah, this thing feels really weird. I feel like the bars are rolled forwards on it or something. Something's not quite the way I would like it. And it feels really small coming off the T7. It feels tiny. And she vibrates a lot. You know, just like you'd expect a dirt bike to. Boy, the sun is brutal today. Gonna be in my eyes the whole way. 6th gear is really long in this, but all the rest of the gears on the road are pretty much worthless. I will say it does shift a lot better than the T7. Mainly because I can fit my boot under the shift lever. But the seat is pretty hard on this thing, which normally didn't bother me because I like dirt bike style seats. But after just hopping off the T7 and how cushy and wide that seat is, getting on this thing, yeah, I can feel it. Bars definitely feel like they're rolled forward some too. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, we're riding a dirt bike, that's all that matters. Yeah, this is gonna be, it may be dark by the time we get up there today. We'll see. We got lights. I'm not planning on riding very long, especially since I didn't add any fuel to this and I probably should have. We may have to stop and get fuel on the way back in. Hey look, we found some dirt. Oh man. Finally. Boy, I'm glad I put on as many clothes as I did because I'm definitely feeling like I'm going to be underdressed for this one. Yeah, maybe we'll go hit a trail or two and probably call it a day since we're at 64 miles. I know this bike has a range of about 80. $80 is my safe number anyhow. I mean, this still got plenty of fuel in it, but I don't want to take any chances. Running out of fuel is no fun. Cabin trail. Whoo! I better wake up. Remember how to ride my motorcycle. Got my old boots on too. It's definitely not helping. No real tracks on this guy today. The joys of riding on Thursday. But yeah, we're not pushing too hard. This gear I'm wearing is not really optimal for hitting the dirt. Whew. As it's got integrated padding, of course, but that stuff is not nearly as good as real knee pads and the such. And of course the pavement miles that I've got on these tires means they're pretty wore, especially this front tire. Well, really both of them, but front tire is the one I worry about. Got a mud clot in my eye, that's no fun. I really should bring goggles with me. Run the visor, you know, the whatever it's called, for the ride up on the road and the ride back. And yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Just trying to ride, trying to get a feel for this bike. It's always had real soft suspension, so try not to die on the old cabin trail. Yeah, I don't ride this trail that much anymore just because it's not really that fun. It's really rough and beat up. But you can't really try to do a race pace thing because there's so many people. So I don't really ride it as a connector trail anymore. It's a good workout though. But it's all granite, so there's not much, you know, it doesn't take much for it to get washed away and to get rough really right off the bat from braking bumps and accelerating bumps. 500 is a fun motorcycle. I am thinking about selling this thing because just got too many bikes in the garage. Haven't ridden it for a while, since I got the T7 really. T7 is just a different beast, and this is a much better dirt bike than the T7. But it isn't much on the road. Sitting down a lot because I'm tired and old. I don't know, then I ride it like this and I'm like, do you really want to get rid of this thing? The answer is no. But I do have to make some room in my garage. So what do you get rid of? The XC, which is by far my best woods bike. I could run this in the woods with some minor modifications, but I mean, I could run it stock like I do now, but I could make it much better in the woods. But making a better woods bike's even worse on the road. At one point I thought about making it a lightweight adventure bike. That was before the T7. So I don't really feel like I need that in my life. Boy, my ability to choose lines and things anymore. Not what they were when I was riding in the woods a lot. Cabin trail to Trail 13 in the books. Looking for some smooth lines. So rough in here. Whew. Get into the woods, now you're overdressed, right? Go straight into Trail 7. Probably time for a tire freshen up on this guy. Bike doesn't rev out real well. Not a lot on top, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And not a lot down below either. .500 cc's of pure joy. You know what they say. Feels like I have to move my wrist a long ways on the throttle. Like there's a lot of throttle travel. I don't know if that's true or if it's just what I'm feeling right now. Last woods bike I was on was last weekend on my XC, and had a good time on it, but it's got it's a carbureted bike, so it's got a really stiff throttle pull. This one's kind of buttery, but it definitely has its own issues. There goes my mirror. I did this last time too. Oh, now the mirror's in my way. That's better. Alright, back to Trail 7 for a minute. Boy, that back brake seems touchy to me. All right, here we go. Alright, so we do still have some fuel left, but not a ton of it, so I think we'll go rip up and around this little hill here, then go hit Sutter Trail and then get out of here. That's my plan anyhow. Alright, let's go. It actually wasn't the hill I was looking for, but it'll work. Howdy. Well, there's other people up here. That was unexpected. gotta work on this clutch. Not quite right. Oh yeah. Made that look hard. Oh, we got to go to the viewpoint. Let's do that. View. Alright. Let's go get some Sutter Trail. Then we'll call it a day. Not bad though. Good little after work ride. Cool thing is I don't really worry that much about anybody else on the trails this late at night, but of course you can't just ignore the idea that there may be somebody else out here. But of course, now it's getting dark, so even with lights I don't see as well. Oh yeah, let's go get some. So this front tire is my stock AT82 that came off my 2019 250XC. It's been on this bike for, well, since 2021. And it doesn't have a lot of great traction left in it, so, and I never was a huge fan of the AT81 front tire. That's why I pretty much immediately took it off my woods bike. And then when I got this bike, it needed tires, so it got to take the takeoffs. I could do this on a T7. It'd be much slower, but I could do it. And the rear tire is a Tusk Recon Hybrid. It was also a takeoff, because they always have plenty of life left in them after you take them off. You just don't want to sacrifice good traction on a race bike, but it's okay on the dual sport. Then obviously I don't ride very much. But maybe that's gonna change, I don't know. Whoa. Unable to get the front end light enough to kind of cruise on that rut right there, so just about put me on the ground. Need to get in touch with some dual sport guys that ride at night a little bit. Open up the riding during the week. Of course, riding with caution, but you can do it. I know guys do it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it'd be funner than not riding. Of course, if I get rid of this bike, that won't be an issue, I guess. I mean, I could just put headlights on my woods bike. All right, trail 3 to trail 7. I'm gonna take it easy this way. Okay, back to trail 7. Man, with the suspension work, this bike could be so good. Definitely harder to ride in the dark. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? That doesn't need to be said. And it's not even dark yet. It's just dusk. I definitely feel that I'm not wearing my wrist brace. That's about all the work I can put this wrist through. Did take a couple ibuprofen when I first got here, or before I got here, before I left the house. Spit it out, Danny. But it's definitely not. Ooh, that was slippery. I mean, sorry, I'm all over the place as far as speaking to the camera. Okay, so ibuprofen, took it before I left the house, and it is probably helping the wrist a lot, but not as much as having the wrist brace on. I kind of forgot to grab it, honestly. I can't hardly ride without my Mobius wrist brace. It's that good. I wonder if the camera is picking any of this up. I know it doesn't like dark any more than I do. I noticed since it's getting dark, I'm not looking far enough ahead. I'm looking at where the light's shining. That is hampering my abilities to ride well. I don't know, man. This bike is so fun. I have such a hard time getting rid of stuff. I mean, it's paid for. Do I need to get rid of it? Only if I'm worried about how much room I have in the garage for that new Kawasaki two-stroke. It's bound to show up any day now. Come on, Callie. What's going on with the two-stroke? 26. Let's try 26. I've done this before, I think. Thinking the pink ribbons means it's an easier trail, but I don't know for sure. Fortunately, my hair is in my face. Oh, I think I know where this comes out at. Yeah, this isn't as fun as Trail 7, but it'll be fine. Something different. Good enough. I should be conserving fuel. Whoa! Ow! It's a pretty good G out right there. I should have called in sick today and rode my motorcycle. Would have been funner. But yeah, this is kind of sketchy. Missed my knee pads. Except this climb gear has some knee pads that are there, but like if you hit the ground as the material moves out from the part that hits the ground, it's just not going to be any good, if you know what I'm saying. Probably not, but it's all good. Alright, so after work ride is done, we're going to kind of take it easy, coast downhill, conserve a little bit of fuel, and yeah, go from there. Although I kind of wish I had my lights back on. There we go. Yeah, the old KTM 500 EXCF. Pretty solid machine. Really a great dirt bike, if I'm being honest with you. But it's better than the T7 in a lot of ways. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I mean, it's a better dirt bike for sure. But the T7, better on the road, better on fire roads, better on fuel, better on vibrations. Suspension is arguably better on the T7 just because, you know, I'm not really trying to push the pace. This bike is really soft, so I think I get into the mid position on as far as stroke goes on the fork pretty quick, which makes everything feel really harsh because it's really soft those first couple of inches. But it is what it is. Good time. still a dirt bike, still fun. Yeah, and it's always been a big me trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this motorcycle. How did that happen? I just passed her up on the prairie. How is she coming back up the road already? I mean, I suppose she could have went down, back down the road and then back up this way? I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit here. Keep our speeds low. But yeah, I think the T7 suspension is arguably better than this for what it is, you know? I mean, it's soft too, but I mean, if you're trying to say which bike can you go faster through a set of whoops on, I mean, it's definitely this one, but at a moderate pace, the T7 may be better. I don't know. Anyhow, if you've watched this far, I really do appreciate it. I might throw a few more clips in here, but I doubt it. Thanks for coming for a ride with me on the Dual Sport. It has been a while. May as well incorporate this bike back into it. I did get some tags ordered for her, so at least we'll be legal. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Till the next one. I have to admit, I forgot how bad this headlight is. It's pretty bad. I make a lot of aftermarket LED stuff, but I don't really want to blind people on the road, but I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to be able to see.